Welcome back, you crypto creeps. Bitcoin's fallen to 5,000 and then it's gonna go away. Ah! That's why I don't have any more hair left. I pulled it all out. Bitcoin's going to 5,000 and then it's just gonna completely crap the bed. So says Commodity King Dennis Gartman. Good God. Commodity King, huh? Boy, with that mug. Look at this guy. Commodity King. That's your nickname? I would have gone more with like Stranger Danger. Look at you. Are you on the list, buddy? Anyways, I'm gonna get into this article, but just really quick, look over here. Whoop! Amsterdam coin up 900%. How come I never heard of you? You see? Back to the camera here. I never even heard of this coin. I completely missed it. We all missed it, unless you were on it, of course, and if so, hats off to you. You're having a hell of a day. Anyways, back to Chester here. Commodities King Dennis Gartman predicts Bitcoin price drop to 5,000 and then it's going to implode. So let's scroll down here, see what old Dennis has to say. Bitcoin's demise will boost gold. Well, you know what? Let's take a look real quick at this first paragraph here. The editor, Dennis Gartman, the editor and publisher of, wait for it, the Gartman Letter. All right, so this guy's famous for publishing his own work, right? Like he's famous to himself. Who has also been called the Commodities King. Well, who calls this guy the Commodities King? I am a commodities trader. All right, I worked really hard to get licenses and to go trade futures and options in the commodity market so that I could walk around and tell people when I'm introduced that I am a commodity trader. And this guy's called the Commodities King, and I've never heard of him. You know what? I'd like to see who's calling you that. So he continues to call Bitcoin one of the silliest ideas he's heard in a long time. A position that he expressed on CNBC's Futures Now. He said that he expects Bitcoin market will fall when its value drops to 5,000, when its value drops, not if, but when. And he's criticized Bitcoin for having no intrinsic value. This is interesting here. Okay, let's go back to the camera here. No intrinsic value, all right? Now, as you guys know, I try to tell you the things that I do like and the things that I don't like about everything that I talk about. I try to keep it, keep it differential, all right? Intrinsic value, that word intrinsic, it has a meaning, all right? And you're going to be hearing that word a lot. It doesn't have intrinsic value. It doesn't have intrinsic value. Okay, you know what else doesn't have intrinsic value? The US dollar, right? You're saying, oh, Pete, that's crazy. The US dollar is the global currency. It's the thing that's, every trade is based on. Okay, well, what makes it valuable? Is it the gold standard? Is it the way that we take the amount of gold that we have in our reserves and then we calculate how many dollars we've printed up against said gold? Is that how we come to the value of a dollar? Not since the 1960s. Is it the 60s? Anyway, it was a long time ago. So what if it's not the gold standard, then what makes the dollar valuable? If it's just paper and ink, or cotton and ink, then what makes it valuable? Well, what makes it valuable is the United States is ruling the world right now, and we say it's valuable. And if you want to buy our things and sell us your things, then you have to take payment in our dollar. And you also have to let us decide how much we're going to pay you for it. And then you have to accept it. That means you say that it's valuable now too. That's what makes the US dollar valuable. It's not the gold standard. So what is it that makes cryptocurrency valuable? It means that I've got it, and if you want it, you have to buy it from me for what I tell you you have to buy it for. And if you don't want to buy it for that, you don't have to. But if you do want to buy it, then you have to. And then if you do, that means you accept the terms of what I say is valuable. So when he says it has no intrinsic value, it means you can't cash it out and, I'm sorry, not cash it out, but you can't take it and go bury it in your backyard and then 10 years from now, pull it up and have like this actual coin, right? Cryptocurrencies are traded in codes, right? When you buy a cryptocurrency, you're buying a code that says I have this much ownership in this particular coin. So this guy, he's an old school trader that can't figure out why this boom is happening, and probably is kind of pissed that he missed it. And one last thing before we go here, look at this. Gartman has previously called. Oh, I see there. Whoever wrote this article typed that up wrong. Gartman has previously called Bitcoin a market for criminals, millennials, and pure punters. Now, calling somebody a pure punter, that's a pretty heavy insult in this line of work, all right? Calling somebody a punter is like calling, when people have a gambling problem and they're always losing, those people are punters. It's like they're degenerates, you know? So, and criminals, as we all know, are degenerates. So he's lumping millennials, right? The entire next generation of human beings. Now, granted, millennials have a tendency to dress funny and do weird things with their hair. But do you mean to tell me that like millennials, like all of them, like there's no millennials going to MIT this year? Is that what you're saying? Like there's no good ones? Like I have friends that are millennials and they're good ones, right? I also have seen millennials who are not so savory. But this guy's he's just flipping the middle finger to an entire generation of people. Wow, you got some stones on you, sir. All right. Anyways, listen, my money's on Bitcoin going up, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I lose money. And if I'm right, I make money. It's that simple. It's that simple. And the currency that I have right now in Bitcoin, I don't believe that it's worth 16,000. I believe it's worth much more than that. And when the market bears that, I will sell at that point. That's value, right? And the fact that I can't just take it, my actual Bitcoin, an actual coin of something, and go bury it in my backyard, and then 20 years from now, pull it up out of the ground and melt it down and make it into something like that doesn't. It doesn't matter. We're not in a world of the gold standard anymore. So, anyways, that's it for now on this guy. We'll get into some other stuff in a couple hours here. Have a good one.